World nations together is fighting COVID-19 spread. The need for social distancing and respiratory protective devices is of utmost importance. Today we are discussing the different types of respiratory protective devices and its uses. The respiratory protective equipment can be broadly classified into masks and respirators. Masks are loose-fitting protection equipment designed to protect vulnerable patients from mask wearers. These are loose-fitting and hence the chances of leakages are more. It has limitations in filtering particles like germs and viruses. It can also be used to protect wearers as it can block large particle droplets, splashes, sprays or splatters that are caused by coughing, sneezing, by the infected patients. Respirators are tight-fitting masks, designed to create a facial seal. These are designed to protect the wearer, when worn properly, up to the safety rating of the mask. The respirators have less leakages and hence more safe. The respirators filter the particles larger than 3 microns. The masks are of two types, homemade reusable masks and disposable surgical masks. Homemade masks can be brought from stores or we can make at home from pillowcases or cotton shirts. Homemade masks are recommended by some disease control organizations to use in public places. The larger droplets from sneezing and talking can travel even more than 6 meters. The face masks can keep us safe from these larger droplets. But it cannot filter the airborne particles like dust, germs or virus effectively. Surgical masks are generally a 3-ply, 3-layer design, with 2 sheets of non-woven fabric sandwiching a melt-blown layer in the middle. It's the melt-blown layer that provides the filtering capability. A melt-blown material is also used in respirators. A melt-blown material costly and causes demand. The surgical mask can filter 80% of the particles like dust, germs and viruses when properly used. Respirators are of two types. 1. Disposable respirators. 2. Reusable respirators. The disposable respirators can come with or without a valve. Valved respirators make it easier to exhale air. This makes them more comfortable to wear, and leads to less moisture buildup inside the respirator. The problem with valved respirators is that they do not filter the wearer's exhalation. This one-way protection puts others around the wearer at risk, in a situation like COVID-19. It's for this reason that hospitals and other medical practices do not use valved respirators. Reusable respirators can be half-faced or full-faced. Reusable respirators are recommended for patients having difficulty in breathing. Generally, the reusable respirators are used for industrial purposes or firefighters. The masks are categorized as N, R and P based on protection against oil. N-rated respirators can only be used for particles that do not contain oil. These masks are not resistant to oil. The R rating is said to be somewhat resistant to oil, that is 95% resistant to oil particles. The P rating is said to be strongly resistant to oil. N-rated masks like N95, N99 are generally used for medical purposes. Based on the filtering process, the respirators are categorized as per European Standard 149 as FFP1, FFP2, FFP3, and as per European Standards 143 as P1, P2, P3. The percentage against each standards means the respirator can filter that much percentage of the particle above 3 micron. For e.g. N95, N means it cannot filter any oil. 95 means it can filter 95% of the particle above 3 microns. N95 mask is recommended for medical staffs who treats COVID-19 patients. P95 means the respirator is resistant to oil and can filter 95% of the particle above 3 microns. Let's understand the uses of different masks and respirators during the virus spread. Homemade mask. It can be used in public places to protect us from the droplets caused by sneezing, coughing or talking. It is not recommended for medical use. The surgical mask. It can be also used in public places if worn properly. Patients should wear this for containing the spread. It can protect the wearer from particles, virus and germs when properly used. Loose fit makes it vulnerable. Disposable respirators. Like N95 mask. This is recommended for using by medical staff during the treatment. It can help the wearer to protect from droplets and particles like virus and germs. Not recommended for people with breathing difficulty. Reusable respirators. Can be used by people who has breathing difficulties. All these can be used with all the precautions as recommended by the doctors. Please consult experts before using. Does the surgical mask and respirators helps to filter the COVID-19 virus? The respirators and masks are designed to capture the particle sizes of 3 microns and above because its pores are larger than 3 microns. But can these respirators and mask filter the virus which are in size range of 1 microns? The researcher says yes. Respirators are measured by their efficiency at filtering particles of 0.3 microns and bigger. The reason for the focus on 0.3 microns is because it is the most penetrating particle size. Particles above this size move in ways we might anticipate, and will get trapped in a filter with caps smaller than the particle size. Particles like virus smaller than 0.3 microns exhibit what's called Brownian motion, which makes them easier to filter. Brownian motion refers to a phenomenon whereby the particle's mass is small enough that it no longer travels unimpeded through the air. Instead, it interacts with the molecules in the air, nitrogen, oxygen, etc., causing it to pinball between them, moving in an erratic pattern. Thus the chances of the fibers absorbing the viruses are more. As per researchers, the masks and respirators can filter up to sizes .007 microns. Respirator reuse, how to sanitize them safely. Research from Smart Air Filters showed that after 11 days of heavy use in polluted Beijing, their respirator had only lost 1.4% of filtering capacity. So researchers says that disposable respirators can continue to function for more than 1 day use, fortunately. But we shall follow all the safety precautions and procedures for using and keeping and cleaning the mask as per the manufacturer's advice. We should ensure the masks are fit and worn properly. Do not touch the front side of mask. Take necessary precautions in keeping the mask safe and thus avoiding contamination from the mask. Let's discuss the recommended process of decontaminating the respiratory masks. 1. Research suggests the virus cannot survive in plastic for more than 3 days. Leaving the mask for few days can kill the virus. 2. Heating the mask in oven for 70 degrees Celsius for 30 minutes. 3. Hot water vapor from boiling water for 10 minutes can kill the virus. 4. UVC light for adequate time can kill the virus. Avoid the following methods. The washing of the mask can kill the virus, but it will degrade the filtering capacity drastically. Alcohol also can kill the virus, but it will also degrade the filtering capacity drastically. These are the common brands available in markets. 3M, JSP, GVS, Safety Works. That's all, folks. Please subscribe now and support us.